sports, but in life, aspires to be the best of the best. And we've got to witness it and touch it and feel it and all that stuff firsthand. So tremendous.
What was his message to the team?
Basically, in a nutshell, hey, take advantage of whatever's in front of you. No matter what's in front of you, try to be the best you can be and embrace it.
Malik said that he was kind of starstruck. You've been around some of the biggest stars in the game. Were you at all?
The only reason why I wasn't because I knew he was coming. But if I didn't know he was coming and shut up, I was like, oh man, wow, this is great. But I knew he was coming.
You seem to have a pretty good relationship with him, just obviously from the Bay. How does that kind of grow?
That's the neat thing about sports is you may not spend every day with a person or talk to a person every other day on the phone, but because of what we do, it's such a small community, you have a feel for who that guy is as a person, but more importantly, who he is for his accomplishments that he's brought to the game of sport, not just baseball. So for me, being in my seat, I get the best of a lot of good worlds.
Mike, how much are you enjoying the teaching aspect of camp?
For me, that's my thing. The players wouldn't want to hear it, but I could practice 20 times a month and play 2 games, or 30, because practice is fun to me. And it's fun because I enjoy seeing the group as a whole just progress together. And when you start seeing them do more things right than not, then again that gets me excited. But the pinnacle is when they're able to basically coach themselves out on the floor. If something breaks down right away, they all know where the breakdown came from, and because they're able to correct it amongst themselves and they're talking our language, now you're able to be Phil Jackson and sit with your legs crossed.
Is it helpful to have all of these players that have worked under you before, whether it's Della Vadova or Quinn Cook or Bazemore or your guys with the Nigerian team, that they actually know what's happening and what to expect from you?
Yeah, it is helpful because there's familiarity, and we're not doing everything the same that we've done in the past, but there are some things that we're doing the same. Not only that, these guys have a feel for me as a coach and me as a person, and so they can enlighten others as practice goes on or as the weeks go on as to why I did this or why I'm doing that or why I responded this way or that way. So it's always good, again, to try to have a couple of guys that are familiar with you in both regards, as a person, as a coach, to be around to help the others especially.
How quick can progress happen? This is day 2, so have you seen a lot of progress even from just getting started?
For sure. And again, this is a journey. So we're gonna take some steps forward, but we may also take a couple backwards. Hopefully, we don't take too many backwards before we start going forward again. So, there's really no timetable. I can't sit here and say, hey, in 2 weeks we're gonna be at our pinnacle. We're gonna be close. I don't know. I just hope we keep trending upwards, and I hope we don't have too many times where we're going the other way.
Most encouraging sign maybe through 48 hours of camp. Most encouraging sign you've seen?
I like the competitiveness. That was one of the things that I harped on coming into camp is, do we have a competitive spirit? First of all, individually, which when we come together would be a collective competitive spirit. And, I feel like I'm starting to see that. I feel like guys are getting after it, guys care. And when that happens, that's, half the battle because you're playing harder. You know that you're trying to go that extra mile just to get this stop or to get this rebound or to get your teammate open. And, all the little details or taking care of margins matter a lot in our business because there's a lot of talent out there.
Mike, what are the biggest keys going to be to improving this team defensively? And then the second part of that question, how much can you tap into your experience with the Warriors last year where Steve asked you to head up the defense and what you learned through that process?
Well, the biggest thing is the competitive spirit because I don't care what system you put out there, if you compete, if you bring, your hard hat and you're passionate about it, if you do that, you're going to at least have a chance to be an average defensive team. So now you buy into what the system is about and understand that it's 5 guys guarding the basketball, not just one guy guarding the basketball, but 5 guys guarding the ball. Now you buy into that and you trust that all your teammates have bought into it. Now you have a pretty good defensive team.
Coach, last question. Going into year 2 for Davion, how good does he look defensively this early?
I tell you, he's a special talent, especially on the ball defensively. great feet. He's strong as the Dickens. He's got a great nose for the ball. He's not afraid, and he got some dog in him. And so you had him combinations, and on the ball, you can end up being a great on-ball defender where he has to keep working. Like any other youngster on this level, is okay, when your man doesn't have the ball, are you playing big? Are you in the right position? Is your man beating you back door? Is your man inching into you and getting in position to rebound? Are you in help position? Are you in the right help position so that you're going to cover to your guy on the kickout? There are a lot of little things that you have to be able to understand when you're off the ball in this league defensively, because there are just so many talented players. And like I said, not one guy can guard the ball. It's got to be 5 guys guarding the basketball. So every time that ball moves, you should move even though your man doesn't have the ball.
All right.
So he'll get better in that area.
All right, thank you guys.
Thanks, Mike.